My son, be attentive to my words. Incline your ear to my sayings. Let them not escape from your sight. Keep them within your heart. Proverbs is a collection of Israelite literature on wisdom. It has many writers, but most of the Proverbs are attributed to King Solomon. I love this little section. What I like to do is make it a little bit more personal by doing one thing. Instead of my son, replace it with your name. So in my instance, it would read, Jacob, be attentive to my words. Incline your ear to my sayings. Let them not escape from your sight. Keep them within your heart, for they are life to those who find them and healing to all their flesh. So the writer is telling us that what we are about to be taught is good for our heart, and they are instructions to never lose sight of. The real reward from following these instructions, life and healing of the flesh. But how? These instructions lead us down a path opposite of destruction, where we will inevitably end if we don't follow Christ. Following these instructions allows us to truly live life and even bring healing to the hurt that we may have brought on from our lack of obedience to Him. Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flow the springs of life. So this is saying, look out for the state of your heart. Jesus says it perfectly in Matthew 12:35. The good person out of his good treasure brings forth good, and the evil person out of his evil treasure brings forth evil. He gives a warning to those who choose the evil route as he continues. I tell you, on the day of judgment, people will give account for every careless word they speak. For by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned. Ultimately, we choose our ending, to be condemned or not to be condemned. And it's all done by the power of our tongue, which leads us right into verse 24, back in Proverbs. Put away from you crooked speech, and put devious talk far from you. What kind of things are you talking about? What kind of conversations are you allowing yourself to be a part of? It can be very easy to start in on talking about someone in a conversation that you didn't start. The challenge lies in guiding that conversation into something more godly. But if your attempts don't translate to the other person insistent on bad-mouthing someone, it's time to walk away, putting devious talk far from you. So let your eyes look directly forward and your gaze be straight before you. Ponder the path of your feet, then all your ways will be sure. Do not swerve to the right or to the left. Turn your foot away from evil. You'll hear me talk a lot about my past struggles with addiction, but here is one mind-blowing set of scriptures that prove we have some sort of ability to look into our future. I would struggle as a real estate photographer, snooping in cabinets and stealing drugs that didn't belong to me, letting my desire entice me into a sinful decision. It wasn't until I accepted Christ and began to ponder the path of my feet that I could walk ahead and see the reward that would come from not looking in those cabinets. Severing my desire at the head by looking forward into each decision I was about to make put me on a more rewarding path of righteousness. There are going to be many things along our walk that will distract us, enticing us to swerve left or right. My prayer right now is that the Holy Spirit would guide us, snap us back into reality by unveiling the potential evil that could come with swerving left or swerving right, and that we would have the self-control to pivot our feet right back in the forward position, turning away from evil. My beloved, be attentive to these words. Incline your ear to these sayings, for they are life to those who find them and healing to all their flesh. I hope you have an amazing day.